Hello everyone, very good evening to one and all. I am here to explain about some of the important questions with answers in the subject of the zoology for the bridge course second year students. Already I have finished the first unit, second unit, third unit also. Now I am going to give the some of the important questions with answers in the unit 4. So already this we know very well about the up to 3 units. Each unit is having two partitions in the same way. Fourth unit also having two partitions. First one is the endocrine system and chemical coordination, and second one is the immune system. There are two types of units will be there in the first fourth unit. Okay. List out the names of the endocrine glands present in human beings and mention the hormones they secrete. Next, give an account of the secretions of the pituitary gland. Write a note on Addison's disease and Cushing syndrome. And one more, in this immune system, describe various types of barriers of the innate immunity. Okay, so these are some of the important questions in unit 4. Okay, so let me see the important questions answers also. Okay, in endocrine system and chemical coordination, first question already we have discussed. Now, list out the names of the endocrine glands present in human beings and mention the hormones they secrete. The answer is the mainly. So before that, I will show the what are the hormone, what are the glands are present in human beings. Okay. Okay, important endocrine glands includes the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus gland, and adrenal gland. So these are the glands secreted by the these are belongs to endocrine glands. It will be located in the human body. So there are other glands that contain endocrine tissue and secrete hormones, including the pancreas, ovaries, and testes. Also, they also it will also secrete. Not only glands will secrete the hormones. So these also secrete the hormones. These are organs. This also release the secrete the hormones. Okay, pancreas also secrete the hormones. Ovaries also secrete the hormones. Testes also secrete the hormones. So these endocrine and nervous system work closely together. So this is about the introduction about the endocrine glands. Okay, this is the location of the endocrine glands. Okay, pineal gland, it will be there in the brain of the area. Hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, thymus gland, pancreas, adrenal glands, testes in male, ovaries in female. So these are some of the glands will be present in the human body. Okay, next coming to these. So these hormones will secrete some of the glands. Glucagon hormone is released by the pancreas. The main function of the pancreas, it will helps to increase levels of the blood glucose. Okay, glucagon hormone will be released by the pancreas glands. The main function of the glucagon is it will helps to increase levels of the blood glucose. Next coming to the insulin, this is also one of the hormones secreted by the pancreas. Okay, pancreas will be released the two types of hormones glucagon. It will mainly helps to increase the levels of the blood glucose levels. Next, insulin. Pancreas gland will be secrete the insulin hormones. It will helps to reduce your blood glucose levels. So glucagon will increase your blood levels and insulin will reduce your blood glucose levels. Next, LH, pituitary glands. The pituitary gland will secrete the LH, luteinizing hormone. It will mainly controls estrogen and testosterone and production as well as ovulation. Okay, so ovulation is nothing but the ovary will be released from the ovary at the time of the regular menstrual of the starting from the menstrual cycle to the 14th day of the time. Okay, automatically the ovum will be released from the ovary. It is known as the ovulation. So during the ovulation time controls estrogen and testosterone production as well as the ovulation. Is clear? Next, melatonin, pineal gland. So pineal gland will secrete the melatonin. It will controls sleep and wake cycles. Okay, so these are some of the hormones and secretions in human body. Okay. Okay, hypothalamus, it secretes the thyroid trophin releasing hormone. Okay, hypothalamus, if it's located at the brain, it secretes the thyroid trophin releasing hormone with corticotrophin releasing hormone. Okay, it will secrete the two types of hormones let me see. Hypothalamus will secrete the first thyroid trophin releasing hormone. Okay, and next one is the corticotrophin releasing hormone. Next, gonadotropin releasing hormone. Next, growth hormone releasing hormone. Next, growth hormone release inhibiting hormone. Prolactin release inhibiting hormone. Okay, 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So nearly 9 types of hormones secreted by the hypothalamus. It will be so located at the brain. Okay, it's clear now. So next coming to the pituitary gland. Anatomically, it is divided into anterior and posterior pituitary. Okay, anatomically, okay, according to if we see the structure of the pituitary gland, it is divided into two partitions like anterior and posterior pituitary gland. Next, anterior pituitary, it will produces growth hormone. Okay, anterior pituitary gland, it will produce a growth hormone. Okay, and next it will produce a not only growth hormone, it will produce a prolactin, thyroid stimulator, TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone, adenocorticotrophin hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone. So these are all the hormones are secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. It's clear. So next coming to posterior pituitary gland, it releases two hormones, namely oxytocin and vasopressin and ADH. Okay, it's clear. Posterior pituitary gland will secretes it will release two types of hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin or ADH. Next coming to pineal gland. Pineal gland secretes a hormone called melatonin. Okay, pineal gland secretes a hormone called melatonin. Next, thyroid gland. It produces two types of hormones, namely thyroxine and triiodothyronin. Okay, T4, T3. T4, 3. Okay, T3, T4 hormones are produced by the thyroid gland. It will be located in the human body. Next, parathyroid hormone secretes a hormone called parathyroid hormone. Next, thymus gland, it secretes a peptide hormone called, okay, thymosin. Next, adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, two types we can see, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, adenogens and estrogens. These are all related to the adrenal cortex. Next, adrenal medulla produces epinephrine, okay, norepinephrine. These are all related to the adrenal medulla. Okay. Next, coming to the pancreas, it will secrete the glucagon and insulin. Testis is to secrete the androgens and testosterone. Always pancreas secretes glucagon and glucagon will increase the blood glucose levels and insulin, whereas it reduces the blood glucose levels. It's clear? Okay. Next, testis which secretes androgens and testosterone. Next, ovaries which produce estrogen and progesterone. Okay, ovaries will be present in females. Testes are present in males. Okay, next question is the give an account of the secretions of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is also called hypophysis or hypophysis. Anatomically, pituitary gland is divided into two, anterior and posterior pituitary gland. Anterior already we discussed. No, anterior pituitary gland, it will produce 6 important peptides. They are growth hormone, somatotrophin, and next prolactin, and next TSH and ACT. These are the 4 types of hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. Okay, so here like a growth hormone, somatotrophin, they promote growth of the entire body by releasing protein synthesis, is cell division and cell differentiation. Okay, growth hormone, they promote a growth of the entire body by increasing protein synthesis, cell division and cell differentiation also takes place in the growth hormone, responsible for the growth hormone. Next prolactin hormone, it causes enlargement of the mammary glands of the breast at the time of after delivery of the baby. Okay, prolactin hormone will increase the production of the breast milk. This breast milk will be useful for the baby after delivery. Okay, it causes enlargement of the mammary glands of the breast and initiate the maintenance of the lactation in the mammals. Prolactin also promotes the growth of the corpus luteum and stimulates the production of the progesterone hormone. Progesterone will be helpful for the throughout the pregnancy, throughout the delivery of the baby. Okay, next coming to the thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates the production of thyroid hormones from the thyroid gland. So thyroid gland will secrete the thyroid hormones. It will stimulate the production of the, okay. Next one is the adenocorticotrophic hormones, controls the production of the steroid hormones called glucocorticoids by the adrenal cortex. So these are all the hormones secreted by the pituitary secretions of the pituitary gland. So next coming to the third question, write a short notes on Addison's disease and Cushing's syndrome. Addison's are nothing but it's mainly caused due to hyposecretions of the glucocorticoids by the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex is mainly this Addison's disease mainly caused by the due to the hyposecretion of the glucocorticoids. If the adrenal cortex may not secrete, the hypo is nothing but the less amount, okay? Hyposecretions of the glucocorticoids. Actually, adrenal cortex will be secrete the glucocorticoids. If the glucocorticoids is not secreted proper way, like a hyposecretion of glucocorticoids by the secretions of the adrenal cortex, it's the main result. Okay, this disease is characterized by the weight loss or loss of weight, muscle weakness, fatigue, reduced BP, sometimes darkening of the skin in both exposed non-exposed parts of the body occurs in this disorder. Okay, it's clear now. Weight loss we can see. Okay, muscle weakness, fatigue, reduced BP, darkening of the skin in both exposed non-exposed okay parts of the body. Okay, next Cushing syndrome. It mainly results due to overproduction of the glucocorticoids. Okay, it results due to overproduction of the glucocorticoids. This condition is characterized by the breakdown of the muscle proteins and redistribution of the body. Okay, this condition is characterized by the breakdown of the muscle proteins. Okay, so here, so whereas in Addison's disease, hyposecretion of glucocorticoids secreted by the adrenal glands, it will happen. But whereas in Cushing syndrome, it's mainly due to overproduction of the glucocorticoid. So there is insufficient secretions of the glucocorticoids. So that is the reason the people will get the Addison's disease. So whereas in Cushing syndrome, overproduction, opposite directions, like a hyposecretions of the glucocorticoids, it leads to Addison's disease. Overproduction of the glucocorticoids, it leads to Cushing syndrome. Okay, so this condition is characterized by the breakdown of the muscle proteins, okay, and redistribution of fat, resulting spindly arms and legs around moon face, buffalo lump hump on the back, pendulous abdomen is also observed. Wound healing is very poor. The elevated level of corticols causes hyperglycemia, overdistribution of the glucagon in liver, and rapid gain of weight we can see in the Cushing syndrome. It's clear, na? Overproduction of the glucocorticoids results leads to Cushing syndrome. Next, coming to the fourth unit, describe various types of barriers of the innate immunity. Innate immunity is a non-specific type of defense mechanism which provides a first line of defense mechanisms against infections. So, innate immunity is nothing but the non-specific type of defense mechanisms. Okay, non-specific type of mechanisms. Next, it will provide the first line of defense mechanism. It will provide the first line of mechanism against infections. Next one is the okay. This executed by the providing different types of barriers like okay, physiological barriers and cellular barriers, okay, cytokinin barriers. These are four types of barriers we can see in the innate immunity. Okay, so the physiological skin and mucous membrane are the main physical barriers. Skin prevents the entry of microorganisms, and whereas mucous membranes helps in trapping the microbes entering our body. Okay, if any dirty, but if any dirty dust particles or anything, na, it will place over our skin. What we will do? So we will get a little bit sensation, a little bit we will get the like any irritation and all, no. So after getting irritation, like our body, our skin is preventing the entry of the microorganisms. That is a physiological. Okay, in physiological conditions, skin prevents the entry of microorganisms. Mucous membrane also helps in trapping the microbes entering our body. It's clear. So next come the physiological barriers. Secretions of the body like HCl in the stomach, saliva in the mouth, tears from eyes are the main physiological barriers against the microbes. If any HCl also, it will prevent the entry of the microorganism. It will, so due to the like a hydrochloric amla, it will destruct the microorganisms in our stomach. That is the main response, like one of the function of the Cl. Okay, next saliva in the stomach, in the saliva in the mouth also, it will also expelled outside. Okay, next tears from, if any dirty particles, if the any foreign bodies to our voice, so with the help of the tears we can expel the dust particles to the outer world. Okay, Saliva in the mouth, tears from the eyes are the main physiological barriers against microbes. Cellular barriers. Certain types of cells like polymorphonucleus, leukocytes, monocytes, natural killer cells in the blood as well as macrophages in the tissues are the main cellular barriers. They phagocytes and destroy the microbes. So phagocytes is nothing but these are it will kills all the microorganisms. That is the reason we are calling as the phagocytosis. Next. Okay, cytokine barriers. The cytokines secreted by the immune cells like interleukins and interferons are involved in the differentiation of cells of human immune system, and it will protect the non-infected cells from further infection. So till now I have given important questions with answers in 14th unit. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel. Have a nice day.